Okay, so here we go. We're going to say one word, and then we're going to think about the emotion that it draws. Here's the word, Christmas. Are you smiling, excited, or maybe you're in a frenzied panic? Here with more on a healthy dose of happiness for the holidays already is Dr. Heather Cook, founder of Cook & Company. Right, I channeled my Aunt Heather. Saying that one word draws a lot of emotions, good or bad, right?
Sure, it can be a trigger for some people, happy or sad. And I think right now we're in preseason.
Right.
And so the preseason is when you look at the fall display with pumpkins, you're like, oh, that's cute.
Isn't it cute?
And it's when you have your pumpkin spice latte and you're still loving it. And that's where we are right now. It's off in the distance enough to where it's not a daily stress for us and we can enjoy it. And so, but as we creep towards the holidays, we start becoming more stressed and more frustrated by the things that really intended to bring us joy in the first place.
I know, right? And now it's like, it does seem though that it gets earlier and earlier that we start talking about and celebrating, and the fashion shows and the parties and the this and the that, and it's all coming up very quickly.
It is coming up quickly, and in fact, you know, I think July, like Christmas in July used to be like a thing, and now that's basically when they start putting out a row of Christmas decorations, and so it's like always in our face, but when it's not too close, we can look at it and think, ooh, I like the holidays and things are pretty and that makes me happy and I do enjoy giving to others, so that brings me joy. And that's where we are right now. We're in that little sweet spot and it's all about to end.
So what you're saying is just really enjoy it now because it's about to. But one of the things that you talk about, and I think it's so true, is just taking that step back, because we all know what's coming, but to be able to enjoy it, because really it does go so fast, and before we know it, it's another memory.
Well, and we want it to be enjoyable. And we put so much pressure on ourselves to give to all these people and do all the parties and the things and all the expectations that come along with holiday traditions that it ends up taking the joy out of it sometimes. And this thing that you loved and looked forward to for a really long time, you like survive it versus, you know, enjoy it. And so I feel like we talk often on this show, you've got to be good to yourself so you can be better to others. And if you were only being good to others, and you're not giving to yourself, you're taking away from yourself. And so what are you going to do for yourself? Everybody else is giving you a wish list and their wants for the season. What are your own wants? And go do that for yourself.
Oh, how nice. So can we make our own list like when
Absolutely.
we were little? I don't know if we can go through the catalog and circle it like we used to.
But you know what? It's not products that we want. We want time.
Right.
And if we could find these pockets of time along the way, we have to be diligent and mindful that I need to get myself in a good headspace to tackle these holidays. And I want to give myself time and feel good and take that moment for myself so that I do enjoy the thing that I really do look forward to.
Which is giving to others and
we
being
do.
part of those memories. And
I know.
And you mentioned the making things intentional.
Yeah.
I find that if we can write things on the calendar, like I've started scheduling, and that really does help, because if we don't take the time out, then before we know it, that whole week, month is gone.
Well, we love being productive. So we want to knock things off our to-do list. That feels good to us. That's rewarding. But if we don't put in those breaks, then at some point we're just frazzled. And so how do we have that pocket of time? And it could just be your drive to work. It could be a bath before bed, or it could be like go all out and take a whole day.
A whole day?
I know, who would have thought?
Crazy.
But I know, but we don't need that much time, but we do need some. And we have to be mindful. If we acknowledge the fact that we need a little bit of time, maybe we can create that space for ourselves.
It's funny you say that. I know some people that literally will take the longer way to work or somewhere for lunch because that's their time.
Yeah.
And they can kind of just...
But you're talking about someone else who does that. What do you do for that?
Oh.
You know, like...
I got to get to work. I'm already late.
Right, exactly.
I know. No, I'm starting to write things down, scheduling my me time.
Yeah, and
It's
so we
important.
want to enjoy the holidays, and we go into it with all the good and happy and excited about our pumpkin spice lattes, and that's where we are. So let's make sure we stay that way.
All right, so you can continue to enjoy the pumpkin spice latte for now. Pretty soon it's going to change over to the peppermint mochas.
You got it.
It's coming. All right, if you want more information, cookmilestones.com. You can check out our website. She's got great videos there as well. We'll be right back.